Congress supposedly thought they stopped the Phoenix project.
Is that public access information? I mean, is that
It is secret
FOIA?
still.
Oh, it's not
It is
accessible.
secret still.
Mhm.
See, the information comes very roundabout way from the investigation that Senator Goldwater reportedly did on this work. And these guys out of Brookhaven had already built their kingdom. So they wanted to keep it going. So somebody got the idea, let's go and talk to the military direct. So they went to people in the Joint Chiefs of Staff and said, hey, how would you like a weapon? You throw the switch, the enemy throws up their hands and surrenders. Of course, it was, yeah, I'd love that weapon. So they said, well, we can develop it. We have a start on it, but we got to do it in secrecy. Of course, the military was already quite familiar with secrecy. So it was launched as a black hole project, and the military suggested, well, you can't do it. They said, we can't do it at Brookhaven Labs because we were too much under scrutiny of the political government. You got any ideas of where we could do the research? We want to be close to Brookhaven Labs, Princeton, and MIT. So they said, well, we got this old Air Force base that's now deserted on the eastern tip of Long Island, Montauk Air Force Base. It's a small town. There isn't a lot of people in it. You can go out there and be pretty much secluded. Back then, in the early 70s, this was like 1969, 1970, I have to add to it. It was a small, sleepy little town. It wasn't big. It wasn't the vacation capital yet at that point. So the group said, great, that sounds like an excellent place.
Okay, and we're at what year now?
This is now about 72.
Okay.
It was decided to move it all out the old Montauk Air Force Base.
Okay.
They went out there, they masqueraded as Air Force personnel. They brought some Air Force personnel in also at the same time. And they reactivated the old SAGE radar because it transmitted on the same frequency range that Wilhelm Reich used for his orgone studies. So it was decided to refurbish the old SAGE transmitter. It was there, it was usable. So they got the Air Force personnel in and refurbished it. Then they contracted with the company BJM that I used to work for, and I went out, I started to modify it, and
What is BJM specifically?
It's a military industrial contractor. We made radar jamming equipment.
Okay. So what's your background?
I'm essentially an electrical engineer. I have a BS degree, and my specialty was essentially receivers.
Okay.
As you can see, these are all receivers. I'm a fanatic on receivers and radio gear. So I was taken out, and my job was to modify the big old radar transmitter for this special purpose. It started out with what we called a microwave oven experiments, where they just took a human being, stuck him in the building, focused the big antenna on him, pumped out 100 million watts of power in,